let's be real. Cheating doesn't come out off nowhere. It builds like a slow leak in your roof. You don't notice it until damn ceiling collapses, but hair swat. No one tells you a woman who cheats never does it without leaving signs. It's never silent. It's never clean. And it's never without cracks in the foundations. Problem: most men ignore those cracks. If I think she's just busy, she's just needs space. But behind that excuse, there's a man who knows a meth off. He just doesn't have the strength to say it out loud yet. I fuse. Ever felt that gut punch, that quiet dread that something ain't right? This one's for you. Because when a woman cheats, she always leaves footprints in the mud. And today, we're tracking every one of them. Let's begin. Sin 1. Her attention shifts and sheep ends. It hasn't. You don't need a PhD in psychology to feel it. The VIT changes. One day she's warm, curious, invested. The next it's like you're talking to a stranger wearing her faces, stops asking about your day. She no longer laughs at your stories. Hell, Schiffer gets things she used to remember without trying. And when you bring it up, she'll hit you with your overthinking. It just being tired, your Bing sucker. But here's the truth, brother. Women don't pull away randomly. They pull away when fear, emotional investment shifts elsewhere. Whether it's another man of fantasy or just the idea of escape, Theus is no longer on you. And that's the first real crack. But it doesn't stop Thor sign 2. She starts hiding. Theftist of cheating doesn't start in thy bedroom. It starts in the silent shoes to tell you about her co-workers. No, she's had a long day, but won't say we. She used to leave her phone on the counter. Now it's face down or glued to, hand like it holds state secrets. Who's to post? You mention if you brag about you now, it's as if she's single in line. And again, if you ask you jealous. 1, the controlling one, the toxic one. But what's really happening, she is compartmentalizing, splitting her life into 2 Lannister version of herself. That's with you version that's starting to way from you. A cheating woman becomes a magician. Distract with one hand, deceive with the other. And if you think you're a crazy, that's because she's mastered 32 dons of emotional gaslighting. But deep down, you always know, sign 3s, intimacy vanishes, or mutton, one of the loudest red flags is within in the bedroom, or doesn't Shiite suddenly become cold, uninterested, as if touching you takes effort, or dash. She becomes too interested. New moves different, energy a hunger that wasn't there before. Here's the twist of their signs. Because when a woman cheating, she's not just sharing. Her body shows, redirecting her intimacy. Currency on, that currency either dries up with you or gets exaggerated as cover. Sex becomes either a chore, a performance, or a way to clear her conscience. But rarely is it real anymore. And you'll feel that not in the act itself, but in the mouth, the emptiness, like she's already gone, like you're kissing someone through a glass wall that's not love's, the residue of betrayal sign for pics, fights that don't make sense. I ever notice how the arguments start coming. Out of nowhere, you forgot to reply to a text while you were driving. No, she's acting like you betrayed the nation. You left a dish in the sink now, too. Never listen, and she feels unseen. Brother, this isn't about the dish. This is emotional displacement, and its own off, the biggest tells of someone who's internally conflicted. She's angry. Booty not about you. It's about the guilt trying to suppress see a woman. Oits will often create emotional distance by starting fights. Why? Because Gwelt is uncomfortable being the villain in her own story. Doesn't sit right. So flips the script and pahisins you. Ask bad guy. It's self-justification. Hunden, if you're suddenly cold, distant, or too much than she feels entitled to, look elsewhere. Swear it's not cheating anymore. It's coping. It's not betrayal, it's finding hers. And suddenly, you're the reason she had to step out. It's gaslighting leaped in, Fox empowerment. But don't take the bait. You don't argue with Simeon, who's already halfway out. Theodore, you observe and you choose peace over chaos. Sign 5. Her future plans no longer include you. This one hurts the most because it's subtle, it's quiet, and it creeps in like fog. One day she's talking about vacations with you, the next. I want to travel someday, she used to say when we get a PlayStation. Now it's I've been thinking off moving. She talks about growth, but never stays with you. She wants space, but never sick to join her in healing. Shame's a future, but your name isn't 10 the credits anymore. And again, when you bring it up, she'll say, "You're reading too much into it. I just need to things out." Why are you being citing, but behind the words is a real teen most men ignore? She's already planning her exit. She's detaching emotional if she detaches physically. That's why you feel like a ghost in your own relationship. That's why her eyes look through you. That's why your love feels like it's floating in limbo. She's already moved on in her mind. You're just catching up to the memo. But don't beg, don't bargain, because if she had to lose herself to find herself, she was never really yours to begin with. Cheatingness took a random act. It's a process. A woman doesn't cheat. The moment she touches another man, she cheats the moment. She disconnects from you emotionally and refuses to reconnect them. Signs are always there, but you have, Toby, bold enough to see them and strong enough to walk away. When you do, because here's the hard truth. If you let someone cross your boundaries once, you've taught them it's okay to do it again. Stay awake, stay grounded, and remember a real man begs to stay in a space. He's being emotionally evicted from commend. CLA. Ritty. If you feel that in your Sayland, if you're done guessing, overthinking, doubting your guts, subscribe, because around here we sharpen minds, not chastise shadows.